Hey everyone, it's time to break down one of the boldest and most dramatic moves in the Middle East this year, Israel's massive airstrike on Iran's missile factories. This operation has sent shockwaves through the region and has everyone talking about what could come next. So let's set the scene. On Thursday night, June 19th, the Israeli Defense Forces sent over 60 fighter jets screaming across the skies towards Iran. The scale of this operation was unlike anything we've seen in recent years, with coordinated squadrons flying deep into hostile territory. Their target? Several industrial sites in and around Tehran, places that the Iranian Ministry of Defense uses for building missiles. These aren't just any factories. These are the backbone of Iran's missile production capabilities, responsible for supplying the country's arsenal. We're talking about some of Iran's most strategic military assets. These facilities are heavily guarded and play a crucial role in Iran's defense strategy, making them high-value targets for any adversary. But that's not all. The IDF says they hit the headquarters of Iran's Organization of Defensive Innovation and Research, or SPND. This is a shadowy organization that's been at the center of international controversy for years. If you don't know the name, SPND is a big deal. It was set up by Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, the man behind Iran's nuclear weapons program. Fakhrizadeh was considered the mastermind of Iran's nuclear ambitions until his assassination in 2020, and his legacy still looms large over the country's military research. According to Israel, this place wasn't just about defense. It was involved in developing cutting-edge weapons tech and, crucially, parts for a nuclear program. The SPND's work has long been a source of tension between Iran and the West, with many suspecting it of covert nuclear weapons development. Now, this wasn't just a one-off strike. It's part of a week-long escalation that kicked off on June 13th. The region has been on edge, with both sides preparing for the possibility of even more intense confrontations. Israel launched what they're calling Operation Rising Lion, targeting Iran's military and nuclear infrastructure. The operation's name alone signals how seriously Israel is taking the threat from Iran and how determined they are to disrupt its military capabilities. Iran, of course, hit back with their own strikes, Operation True Promise 3. This tit-for-tat exchange has raised fears of a much larger conflict erupting in the region, with both sides showing they're willing to escalate. The tension? It's at an all-time high. People in cities across the Middle East are on edge, and governments are scrambling to prepare for whatever might come next. And if you're wondering about the fallout, let's talk damage. The aftermath of these strikes has left several key sites in ruins, with emergency crews working around the clock to assess and contain the destruction. The UN's nuclear watchdog, the IAEA, has confirmed that several nuclear-related sites in Natanz, Arak, Esfahan, and Tehran have sustained damage since things heated up. Inspectors are now trying to determine the full extent of the impact on Iran's nuclear program and whether any sensitive material was compromised. The IDF even released a video showing them intercepting 4 drones that Iran launched in retaliation. These drone attacks highlight just how quickly the conflict can escalate, with both sides using advanced technology to try and gain the upper hand. Sirens blared in southern Israel as missiles came flying in from Iran earlier that day. Civilians rushed to shelters, and the sense of fear was palpable as people waited for the all-clear. People are already speculating about what comes next. Analysts are debating whether this is just the beginning of a much larger confrontation, or if both sides will pull back before things spiral out of control. With both sides exchanging fire and hitting high-value targets, this conflict could have serious consequences, not just for Israel and Iran, but for the broader region and the world. The involvement of international powers and the risk of miscalculation make this a truly global concern. So what do you think? Is this the start of a new chapter in the Middle East, or just another flare-up that'll die down? Could this be the spark that ignites a much larger conflict? Or will diplomacy prevail before things get out of hand? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know what you're thinking. Your perspective matters, and these conversations are more important than ever as the world watches these events unfold. And if you want updates on stories like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. We'll keep you posted with the latest developments, expert analysis, and on-the-ground reports. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay safe, stay informed, and keep the conversation going.